A game production starts with the pre-alpha phase, also known as pre-production. During this phase, a small team starts to work on the creation of a video game project. This small team is often referred to as the core team, and it would usually include people such as a producer, lead game designer, level designer, lead programmer, gameplay programmer, AI programmer, network programmer, an art director, concept artist, 3D artist, character artist, a rigger, a 3D animator, a visual effect artist, and a sound designer. The team structure will differ from one studio to another. Usually, a game development team is divided into multiple departments including design, programming, art, audio, and quality and assurance. For the studio, the first step is usually to figure out what kind of game they want to make. This is a great opportunity for research and development. The core team members involved will study other similar games to see where and how they succeeded or failed, and what sells and what doesn't. Once they found what kind of game they want to make and got the permission to continue from the people higher up in their company, the team will then work on what we call a first playable prototype, also known as FPP. The FPP is a playable game level from start to finish that is more or less representative of how the final game would look, feel, and play like. Once the first playable prototype is completed, investors or people higher up in the company will review it and evaluate if it is worth making a full game according to their budget. Many games get cancelled at this point. In general, we can expect a game project to remain in pre-alpha phase for a duration of 6 months to 3 years. Some game projects stayed longer in this phase because maybe the company lost a valuable team member in the process, someone who was extremely difficult to replace, such as a lead designer. The second phase of a game production is known as the alpha. During this phase, the size of the production team can increase depending on the scale of the game project and budget. For a mobile game, a team of 15 people would jump to 50. For a AAA game, it can jump to 100 employees and above. And sometimes multiple studios are involved. The main objective during this phase is to create a playable game from start to finish. This can take years to achieve. During this phase, the game tends to run poorly, it will contain many placeholder assets, countless bugs, and it might crash a lot. The third phase is known as beta. The game is pretty much done, however, it needs a lot more polish, possibly months of polish. During this phase, the quality and assurance team will play a big role and will work relentlessly to find all the bugs. That QA team generally includes functionality, compatibility, localization, and compliance testers. Functionality testers play the game like any player would do and try to find bugs. Compatibility testers test the game on PC with different hardware parts. Localization testers ensure that the game is well translated in various languages, and compliance testers verify if the game is polished enough to pass the Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo certifications. Those certifications exist to ensure that our games meet at least a certain level of quality that would not make Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo look bad. To ensure this level of quality, the compliance testers have a long list of things to verify, such as crashes, performance issues, multiplayer performance, start screens, game menus, if the game still contains placeholder assets, if the disconnection of game controllers or Ethernet cable or switching profile can cause issues, and it's just so much more. The next phase is known as Master Candidate or Gold. The game passed all the Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo certifications. The game is good to go. It can be published and distributed to the rest of the world. Another possible phase of game production is post-release or live games. We're talking about a game that has been released, but the game development team keeps working on patches or seasonal content. We're referring here to games such as Overwatch, Fortnite, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, or anything like that. Mostly multiplayer games.